in a world awash in chaos.
What is Walking Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix? What is Joaquin Phoenix?
Or whatever you said.
It's a man.
Oh.
His name is Joaquin Phoenix. Okay. What the fuck?
Jupiter.
Uranus.
A group of brave heroes take on all things action.
Season 3!
Hi guys, welcome to another great edition of All Things Action Video Cast. I'm Dad, aka Aaron, and with me today is
Raiden, aka the Bear.
What's up, dude?
Nothing.
You getting over quite the action-filled week for us? Oh, big yawn. Yeah, it's kind of coming to a close. This has been a really good week for us, right? We've had a lot of fun things that we got to do this week together. We spent a lot of time together, yeah?
Yeah.
So, and we'll talk about a little bit about this going forward, obviously, but we got to spend Tuesday night at Smackdown. We got to spend, Thursday night at NXT, and then Friday we went and saw Endgame. So, pretty good week for us. Obviously, the girls were with us when we went to see Endgame.
But not the Smackdown and NXT.
Yeah, that was just the guys. So it was really fun. So Raiden, we've got our 6 topics ready to go. Right off the top, guys, I'm going to say we are going to talk about Endgame, but we promise not to spoil anything. It's going to just be completely highbrow. So the people that haven't been able to see it yet, I don't want to spoil anything. And Raiden, you better not spoil anything. I know you won't. You are not the spoiling type, are you? You're always calling me out for spoiling things, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you're not going to spoil anything.
No.
So let's get right into it with movies, Raiden. Avengers Endgame. Without giving away anything, did you like it? Did you not like it? What were your thoughts on it?
I mean, some parts of it was sad.
Yeah. It's a movie about just about every emotion you can have, because it's a movie about humanity, right?
Yeah.
So as far as Marvel movies go, where would you rank Endgame? Is it number 1? Is it number 22? We're talking about a decade worth of movies. I think they said like 22 movies in total that have led to the culmination of this. So where would you put this thing?
5.
5? So what are the 4 that are above it? What's your all-time favorite Marvel movie?
Man, that's hard.
Well, I'm putting you on the spot. I'm putting you on blast, yo.
Well, my number 4 is Infinity War.
Okay. This is going to be an interesting one. What's your top 3 then?
I would have to say the Avengers when they were fighting the Chitauri. That one.
So the original Avengers movie?
Yeah, and
that's
then
3. You need to talk into the microphone. Hello.
Yeah, that's 3.
Okay. Dead air.
I can't think. It's way too hard.
Black Panther, is that up there or?
It's kind of up there.
Yeah. You just threw it out at number 5 just because.
Yeah.
Okay. So
well,
you really
actually, it would be like number 2.
Yeah. So what's your number 1? You obviously have a clear-cut number 1.
I don't know.
You don't know? So you just threw it out there. It's not your favorite, but you can't think of a favorite?
I can't think of a favorite.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
There's so many good ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. So if I would say that I still like Infinity War better than I like Endgame, but Endgame does have a a place in the top 2. And I think you're not wrong with the original Avengers movie. I think it goes, probably Infinity War, Endgame, and then now the Avengers, the original one. For me, anyway. I mean, you've got Civil War and all the other ones that are great, and they're also great tie-ins too. And I love Guardians of the Galaxy, that franchise. So I was very happy with the way Endgame turned out. I'm really interested to see kind of how they move forward from Endgame, and I think we'll probably get to see a little bit of that in Spider-Man Far From Home. And who knows who they're going to start going to as far as a big villain, and how they assemble the Avengers going forward. So it's pretty exciting to think about. Raiden, as far as kind of tie-ins for Avengers Endgame, you were really excited because this last week in gaming news, we had Fortnite release the Avengers Endgame event. So you're going to have to talk into the microphone, and then you can tell these fine people what that is.
So the event is like, just like a normal event in Fortnite where there's challenges you can do, but if you complete like 10 challenges, because there's like 12, I think.
Yeah.
You get the Marvel Quinjet.
Okay. So that's the big thing, right? The glider that looks kind of like the Quinjet in the Marvel movies.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the main thing, but you can also get like sprays,
Yeah. What's kind of the cool thing that you can do in this event?
Oh, in this event, you can get Thor's Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
You can get
his axe.
Yeah, his axe.
Right.
You can get Captain America's shield.
Yep.
You can get Hawkeye's bow, and that's about it. And Iron Man's repulsors on his
repulsor hand cannons. Yeah. And you can play as
Thanos and the Chitauri.
Chitauri, yep. So there's kind of a mode where they throw you randomly into, you're either with Thanos and the Chitauri, and you're supposed to get the Infinity Stones, or
if you're the first one to get an Infinity Stone, you become Thanos.
Gotcha. And if you are on the other side, you're trying to defend, right?
The stones and kill Thanos.
Right.
And kill his army till they have no respawn.
Right. So that's pretty awesome.
I've gotten to play Thanos, and I've eliminated some people as
So
Thanos.
this comes out on Wednesday, so will people still have a chance to play it?
I think so.
I think there was like 8 days as of Saturday, so you should be able to jump on there and check it out if you do play Fortnite, or if you don't. It's kind of a fun thing to check out. You ready to move on?
Yep.
Okay. I thought the next thing we talk about, obviously, is wrestling. Like we said, we went to Smackdown and NXT this week. Raiden, out of the two shows, which one did you enjoy most, and why?
Well, I would have to say Smackdown, because my favorite wrestler is on Smackdown now.
Yeah.
Because of the Superstar shakeup.
So who's your favorite wrestler?
Finn Balor.
So Finn Balor was there?
Yeah, and Roman Reigns was there too.
Yeah. So what was your match of the night?
I like the Andrade Finn one.
Yeah, Finn Balor versus Andrade.
Yeah.
Who's a Mexican wrestler, yes?
Yeah.
And
he has a person that helps him cheat called Selena Vega.
Yep. He's got a little gal who knows how to wrestle as well, and she comes out and interferes in matches. So
and she gets involved with Finn a lot.
Right.
She her can honest.
Right. So for a taping, we actually got to see a pretty good taping.
Yeah.
Because in the main event, we got to see Kofi Kingston take on Shinsuke Nakamura in a fight. And after that fight ended, there was a melee that kind of took place because Rusev, who's Shinsuke's friend, came in and started interfering. New Day, which technically now is, well, at the time was, what's his name? Kofi, yeah, obviously. Xavier Woods, that's who it is.
Kevin Owens.
And Kevin Owens was stepping in for Big E, but when Kevin Owens got to the ring, he super kicked Kofi, right?
Kofi, and then Kofi punched.
And then he ripped off his New Day shirt, and he was back to the old heel of Kevin Owens, and he's looking to be in the title picture and take away Kofi Kingston's newly won Universal title, right?
No, he's the champion, not Universal champion.
He's just the champion.
He's the heavyweight champion.
Heavyweight champion. Okay. There's too many belts, WWE. Too many belts.
Yeah.
So,
you have the Universal, you have the Intercontinental.
Yeah.
You
So
have a whole bunch of
So we got to see a pretty good group of matches, but then we also got to see kind of the
205 Live.
We got to see, well, yeah, I was going to say the next big feud for SmackDown, but yes, then 205 Live, they did a little taping of that as well, so we got to see additional matches there. And then when we went to see NXT, it was a memorable night to say the least.
Yeah.
Because of something that happened in the ring but wasn't planned in the ring. If you read online, unfortunately in the main event, the referee suffered a heinous broken leg in the main event.
He got super kicked, right?
He got super kicked, and from what I remember, because he sold that he was in pain, and it was because he really was in pain. I think when he got kicked, kicked in the face, he went backwards towards the turnbuckle, and I think his foot stuck in the mat. It kind of stuck, and his body weight kept going, and it was pretty nasty. And to his credit, another ref came out. The ref that came out was actually, number one, calling for the paramedics, saying like they put up the X. That means that someone's actually hurt in the ring, and he's sitting there just pounding like this, and he's going like this, and trying to get everybody's attention in the back. And the paramedics come out. The match is still going on. This guy's trying to do what he's supposed to do, but he wasn't planning on coming out. I think the plan was get super kicked. The guy gets, put to the side. He misses a low blow or something like that, and then somebody's supposed to win. So the other guy winds up getting super kicked, kind of selling it, and then inexplicably, the ref that has the broken leg, who's being tended to, kind of calls off the paramedics for 1 second so that he can roll over and do the pin.
You mean 3 seconds?
Well, yeah, for a 3 count, yes.
Yeah.
And he actually calls the pin, and finishes the match. I mean, I've never seen anything that ballsy before, and you could tell just by the way that when he was, counting, his eyes were rolling in the back of his head. That's how much pain that poor guy was in. So we want to definitely send a little love to that referee, and the NXT community and the WWE community is doing the same. Quit playing with that, and it was incredible. The matches themselves were really good. It was fun. We got like 7th row seats, so we were like 15 feet away from the actual wrestlers, and we got a lot of good pictures, and we had a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
It was a fun time.
We actually got a picture with me and you of a wrestler that was a WWE superstar.
Yeah, what's his name?
Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, Tyler Breeze. So He was nice enough to come over, and we got a picture with him right before we left for the night.
Yep.
And you kind of fell asleep happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good night. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun. If you guys can ever go to those shows, they're really fun, really kid-friendly, really family-centered. The NXT shows, I will tell you, are way more economically affordable. Like I said, I think I paid $30 per ticket, and we had good seats at Smackdown as well, but not like we did at NXT. And for like $10 more, we got ringside seats at NXT. And those are, if you don't know what NXT is, those are the up-and-coming superstars that the WWE has.
Yeah, like that one dude from New Japan.
Yeah, we were supposed to. They talked about possibly having Kushida come, but he wasn't there. But that's okay. We got to see Velveteen Dream, who probably within the next year will be on the main roster. They have some pretty phenomenal athletes coming out, and those guys were not afraid to do moves that you wouldn't expect to see at a house show. There were guys like jumping off the turnbuckles into the aprons and stuff like out in towards the crowd and stuff like that. It was pretty bananas. It was fun. Raiden, let's go ahead and move on to comics. I thought we would one last time, because it's coming. It's this next weekend. Free Comic Book Day is May 4th, guys. If you want to see the full list of all the comic books that are going to be going out nationwide for the free day, go to freecomicbook.com or freecomicbookday.com. Excuse me. I get that wrong every single time we do this. We've been doing this for like 2 years now? Yeah.
2 years,
3 seasons. And freecomicbookday.com has the full list. I can tell you right now, they have something for everyone from Casper the Ghost. Yep, they're still making comics about Casper, all the way to Vampirella, who Raiden probably shouldn't be looking at comics from her. But they got something for everyone, and I'm excited. I'm going to be out of town this weekend, but
Why?
Mom should take you so you can get free comic books.
How come you're going to be out of town?
I'm going to be in Rockford with Samaya.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe we'll try to find the free comic book day there so that we can get some
Illinois.
Rockford, Illinois.
Is that near Naperville?
Yep, and that's near Chicago. So, yep, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, like I said, check out Free Comic Book Day. All it's going to cost you is a little bit of gas money to get to your nearest comic book store. You're going to walk out with a lot of good literature. And like I said, it's all free. And they usually have pretty good deals that weekend as well.
Yeah, you shouldn't go walking out. You shouldn't, not
You
get
shouldn't
free.
leave without something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because free comics.
Right. So, Raiden, let's move on to space really quickly. The SpaceX is delaying the Dragon cargo launch until May 1st. You read up a little bit about this. You want to tell us what's going on?
I kind of forgot.
You kind of forgot. Well, I didn't read the article, so what are we supposed to do?
I don't know.
Okay. So SpaceX obviously has had a couple of hiccups lately. They're still trying to figure out what happened with the Dragon crew. But it sounds like now there's a little bit of a delay on the cargo ship that's supposed to be going to the International Space Station, but it should happen on May 1st.
Yeah, it's gonna deliver like 5,500 pounds of fresh supplies. Like equipment.
Sure. All the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then the astronomers were able to record sound from Mars of the sun. Is that what it was?
I think it was that the astronomers
Mm-hmm.
got the sound of the sun.
From Earth?
I think so.
Okay. So the sun actually makes a sound.
Yeah.
Its energy can create sound.
Yes.
That's crazy. And then they're talking about black matter being able to be actually recorded and actually documented here on Earth. A lot of crazy stuff going on with space. We will
And
try to
also
start to read up on all that stuff just so we don't walk into it blindly.
And also the Hubble Space Telescope.
Mm-hmm.
It had a birthday recently.
Damn.
Like, I know something else. SpaceX's Falcon 9 ship.
Mm-hmm.
It took off yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
There we go. They're still launching. Well, buddy, let's go on to the very last thing, TV and online. Guys, if you have been, and gals, if you have been near a TV over the last couple of days, the NFL Draft wrapped up over the weekend, and hopefully your NFL team got exactly who they wanted and exactly who they needed. As far as the top people go who were taken, Kyler Murray was taken number 1 overall by the Arizona Cardinals. Nick Bosa, who is Joey Bosa's brother, went to the number 2 to the 49ers. Number 3, Quinnen Williams, who is a defensive tackle for Alabama, went to the Jets. At number 4, Kellen Farrell, who is a defensive end. He's from Clemson. He went to the Raiders. Number 5, Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Devin White, who's a linebacker from LSU. So it went quarterback, defense, like defensive line, linebacker, and then at number 6, Raiden, I thought we'd mention this real quick. The New York Giants selected Daniel Jones, who is a quarterback from Duke.
Duke?
Have you ever heard of this gentleman?
No, but I know where's Duke at?
Duke is on the East Coast in the Carolinas. Okay. So, Raiden, the interesting thing about this young man, Daniel Jones, is that no one predicted that he would be going that high in the draft. Actually, people didn't predict that he'd be going in the first round. But apparently the Giants have a succession plan for Eli Manning, or they don't. The GM, I guess, was quoted pretty much as saying, like, we'll figure it out. They were really high on this kid, and they took him. It's one of those things where you just trust your gut. But a lot of people are saying, like, why would you take a kid in the first round if you're gonna talk about going the Aaron Rodgers route of letting him sit for the next 3 years? So who knows?
Wasn't Aaron Rodgers the one who did that in the football or kick it for field goals?
What?
When before he was a quarterback.
You're saying he was a placeholder?
Or the kicker for field goals.
No, Aaron Rodgers never kicked field goals. Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback for the Packers, bro.
I know, but when he wasn't the quarterback.
He probably was like the placeholder, so he'd hold the ball for the kicker to kick it up.
Probably.
That's usually what a backup quarterback does.
Yeah, so it might be
But-
like that.
But yeah, it's just kind of funny that this Daniel Jones winds up going that high in the draft, and a lot of people are just like, what the hell is happening here? So who knows? I hope everybody got exactly who they were hoping to get, and it'll be interesting to see what happens come this upcoming fall, and see if the Giants are any better. A lot of people think that probably not, but you never know.
Yeah.
So, Raiden, you got anything else, bro?
Not really.
All right. Well, this is it's been a nice cut and dry show. Hopefully, everybody got to see Avengers Endgame by now, and
at least is gonna see it in the next few days.
yeah, it's a great movie. I would strongly suggest that everybody go see it. I would strongly suggest that if you have not seen the other movies yet, at least a couple of them, I would if I were going to walk into that, I would see maybe 4 movies before that. Number 1, the first Avengers, just to see how everything got set up. I would watch Captain America: Civil War. I would personally watch
I would watch
Guardians of the Galaxy, the very first one.
And I would also want.
And then obviously the Avengers Infinity War would be the other one.
This is like the part 2 of.
Right. Those would be the ones that I would watch just to kind of get caught up, because that's kind of the main. It seems like that kind of encompasses everybody that you'd need to know about, especially because Civil War and Guardians really ties in everybody at that point, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I would worry about watching Captain Marvel before I'd go see this movie. Kyle, you and I are going to have a conversation about Captain Marvel after having seen this movie. So.
And also, I would also either suggest watching Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah.
Because that one also kind of ties in with.
Yeah. But if you gun to your head, you only had 4 movies. Those would be the 4 movies that I would watch. So, guys, we're going to get out of here now. Thank you for watching so much this week. We will see you next week with a brand new episode of All Things Action Videocast. Remember, you can always hit us up on the YouTube channel. You can always get a hold of us on the Facebook page. And usually if you're looking to become friends with us on Facebook, we do not turn down anybody at this point. And if you have anything that you'd like us to cover, because obviously we have 6 topics and we sometimes don't really have a lot to go off of, that's our fault. But if you've got something you'd like us to talk about, let us know. We're all ears. So, guys.
And we can research it if
we
don't know what it is.
That's right. We love researching, right?
Yeah.
Because we're nerds like that. And that's okay. So, guys, we will see you next week. Everybody have a great week. And until next time, I'm Dad, a.k.a. Aaron. And with me this week was?
Raiden, a.k.a. the Bear.
All right, man. Have a good day, Raiden. And you guys have a good day, too. Bye.
Bye.